Hi and welcome to In the Can. And today I'm going to be baking what I'm hoping will be a nice fluffy soft loaf of wheat bread. I've been doing some research since my bread comes out kind of dense, and hopefully I now have it down. So in the bowl I have 2 cups of whole wheat flour, and to that I am adding a cup or 2 cups of all-purpose flour, I'm going to add oh, 2 tablespoons. This is a half tablespoon, so 2 tablespoons of brown sugar, a half teaspoon of salt, and 1 packet of instant yeast. And I recommend buying the instant yeast because you don't have to proof it. I'm going to stir this all together before I start adding my liquids. Now I've done some research because my bread comes out kind of dense, and what I found during the research is supposedly I'm not using enough water. So we're going to see how this works. So now I want that's a third. A 1/4 cup of vegetable oil. And a 1/4 cup of plain molasses. And do not use blackstrap molasses. It's sulfured and it has a distinct flavor to it. You just want plain, ordinary, unsulfured molasses. Now I'm going to start with a cup of water. Then I'm going to add my second cup of water. And I'm adding a third cup of water. That looks a bit wet. So I'm going to add a half a cup of flour to it. Because I want a sticky dough. That still seems a bit too wet. So let's add another half a cup of flour. Yeah, that's more like it. The dough is still wet and kind of gooey, but that's the way we want it. So now I'm going to cover it with a piece of plastic wrap. And a towel. And I'm going to let it sit for 10 minutes. And I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. And I have a piece of parchment paper here that I've put flour on. And my dough has slightly risen. So now I'm going to take it out and put it on the floured parchment paper. I'm going to flour the top of the dough. And now I'm going to start kneading it. Should have spread that flour out a bit more and stick it to the parchment paper. Add some more flour. And I got plenty of flour in here now. And I'm going to keep kneading this dough for the next 10 minutes. So I'll be back. Oh. Okay, my bread has, I've finished kneading my bread and I've shaped it into a loaf. So I'm going to brush it with some melted butter on the bottom of the loaf. I'm going to set it down, melted butter side down, and shape it. Cover it with a piece of plastic wrap. And cover it with a towel and let it sit for an hour to rise. And then I'll be back. Alright, I'm preheating the oven to 375. And my bread has risen quite a bit, or expanded quite a bit. It's gone outwards, so it's going to be a big, wide loaf. So now I'm going to spread some melted butter over it. And I'm going to stick it in the oven and bake it for 35 minutes. And I'll be back when it's done. Okay, the bread is done. Take it out of the oven. Oh, and it really did expand a lot. So, what I'm going to do is get me another piece of parchment paper here. And pull my bread off. Ouch. That is hot. And I'm going to wrap it in the parchment paper as best I can. And flip it over. Ooh, that is hot. And allow it to cool for about a half an hour, and then I'm going to wrap it in plastic and let it cool in the refrigerator for a while. So I'll be back. Oh. So I cut a piece off the bread, and you can see there's a little bit of air holes in it, not very small ones, but it's a nice soft bread. It has a good flavor to it. Hopefully you enjoyed this recipe. You'll give it a like. Please subscribe. And thank you for watching. I'll see you again next time. Bye.